Hey everyone, it's me again. I apologize for the ratchetness. Like, I recently just fell, so I kind of like scraped myself up and everything like that. But regardless, I'm gonna try to make this video a little bit quicker, or a lot quicker than the last one. To make a long story short, I've been made aware, and not by any staff member or anything like that, but by parents and by kids, about what took place today. The fight that happened, and police getting involved, and students that have been detained and arrested by PD. I do not know all of the facts. As you know, I'm not there. I've not asked for any information. I'm out here just doing what I do, But I must say that, tying back into my original video, there is a great concern in regards to how things are implemented that are clearly affecting not only the safety of the students, but the safety of staff as well. I'm not saying I don't have all the facts, I don't have all the information, I'm not saying that, but it is appalling and concerning that parents who I don't even remember having contact with, students that I don't even remember really engaging with, who I don't even remember even getting in trouble during my short time or long time there, whatever measurement you want to use, whatever. It's very concerning, once again, that I have parents and students sending me this stuff, asking for me, asking for guidance, asking for support, in tears, scared. I see teachers who were there at that time trying to de-escalate the situation. I did not see one administrator out there. You're talking from a person who has almost 10 years of behavioral health and mental health experience, particularly working with kids who have EDs, conduct disorder, police records. Hell, I used to work in confined classrooms where I had kids who had ankle monitors, and their probation officers would talk to them to make sure they went to school as a condition to their probation. So I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to dealing with some pretty rough kids and some pretty intricate kids in environments that are used to trauma and things like that, particularly with Black and brown kids. And if you are not concerned, and if you are not pissed off, or if you are not asking the questions of how and why this escalated to where it did, now, is there a possibility that, regardless of whatever interventions should have been in place, that I feel, based off the limited knowledge that I know, wasn't there? And I have over 17 videos, by the way. Didn't ask for any of it. Didn't ask for my phone to be called. I have students messaging me. And no, I have not responded to those students. They are scared. They are hurting. That could have potentially not have escalated to the point where we have police officers punching students in the face and detaining them, where we have parents and families going at each other. Where was your administrators? Kids that weren't even a part of what was going on. Where is the separation? Suppose a kid who is just standing there waiting to go home gets hit, gets a fly punch, gets a fly kick. What are you going to say? I don't give a fuck what happened to me. I don't give a shit about none of that other stuff that I happened in my last video. Who cares? Move on. Whatever. But I do care about these kids. I do care about these kids. Some of whom, based off of their own choices, maybe, some of whom you get a felony assault charge, let alone a felony assault charge with a cop. Goodbye, college. Goodbye, decent paying job. This is how Black and brown kids become statistics. Black and brown kids with no support. Black and brown kids that are difficult, that get typecasted as a bad kid a throwaway kid. We just babysitting him for 8 hours a day. Those are how those kids fill up jail cells that they profit off of. Sometimes kids who need love the most ask for it in the most unloving of ways. I know I did. I know that there were teachers that I sat in their classroom, didn't even get a chance to know me, but knew me because of my reputation, right? Oh, she's difficult, or she pops off at the mouth. She likes to fight. But do you know why? Do you know my story? Do you know their story? Do you know what they go home to? And some of you do ask those questions, and some of you do care and continue to do that. I'm not saying those individuals that were involved in that fight, who was innocent, who said what, who did what, but damn, I truly believe that could have been de-escalated. But you have administration who are unprepared, who do not deal with crisis situations. Suppose you had a child that brought a knife to school. Scratch that. We've already had that happen multiple times. Let me rephrase the question. Suppose you had a kid who brought a knife to school and used that knife. What is the protocol? What is the crisis intervention? Takes police at least 4 to 5 minutes to respond on average to a situation, depending on what it is. I'm telling you, in my line of work, and I've worked in schools, worked in pretty rough schools, I've seen kids have permanent brain damage, getting jumped, getting stomped out. And administrators who fail to act, and who are no longer in those positions, by the way, fail to act, wait for PD to come, did not try. You're not always going to be successful. I'm not saying put yourself in harm's way. I'm not saying be Superman or Batman or whatever you want to be. But come on now. Why didn't you try? Oh, they're just a bunch of brown kids, so, whatever. Let the PD deal with it. Cool. And I'm not saying that police officers are bad. And I'm not saying police officers need to accommodate disrespect. And I'm not saying police officers deserve to be put in a way where they are abused or attempted to be hit or assaulted in any manner. No. But de-escalation. When you pour gasoline on a fire, the fire don't get smaller, baby. Do you not know the population you're working with? Because I'm telling you, as a black person in America, we already are at odds with the police given the history. And I'm not saying that there aren't good men and women out there. There are. I got family members that are police officers, first responders. But in the wrong hands, in chaos, black and brown people statistically are more likely a simple fight, a simple, like public disruption could be a death sentence. And if not a death sentence, now that kid's left with a record for life. And what do you think he's going to do with that record? You think they got money for lawyers? They don't. That kid's going to end up 9 times out of 10 to put food on your table. You can't get a good job. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to rob. Most of them. They're going to steal. They're going to sell drugs. They're going to gangbang. And then you wonder why this cycle continues. As educators, you're not only there to teach them your subject. You're there to teach them to be good-ass human beings. Resilient human beings. The one person who did respond to that situation, and he did the best that he could. What about him? Where's his protection? Where's his support? Suppose it went left. I don't seen it happen. Parents are upset. You're trying to intervene. Boop. Then what? Where's his protection? Or are you going to flip it if it's convenient for you, throw him under the bus, and now he's out of a job? And I wouldn't put it past this institution to do that, despite all the good and all the positivity that he's done. And before you guys want to flip it, say, I don't give a damn what you have to say about me. I don't give a damn if we never speak again. I don't give a damn. But I'm going to speak. Because if that was me and mine, I would hope that there was a person there. I would hope that there's a person there that was like, despite everything, I'm going to do what's right. Remember why y'all became educators. To do what's right, right? To breathe life into the next generation, to end cycles, to end generational curses, to give every kid the opportunity to be whatever they want to be and contribute to society in a positive way. How? Maryvale just had a student bring a gun to school. If you can't handle little crises like this that get exponentially bigger, God help y'all. And more importantly, God help these kids. If there's an actual real emergency or real prominent threat, this is how y'all handle this. I'm not about to sit here and say that I'm all this and I'm all that and I'm dead and I don't make mistakes. I'm a human being, but goddamn, do what's right by these kids. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart into pieces that kids are reaching out to me, showing me this stuff. I'm gone. I'm gone. And I can't even tell them. I can't even talk to them. And they're out here. Miss Otar, please, can we text you? Can we call you? No, you can't, baby. No, you can't. I can't be there to guide and support y'all. I hope the little that I have done, they remember and they use as best as they can. But damn it, like, do what's right, y'all. Every child deserves a champion. They feed you that stuff in NSA and all that other orientation shit. But do you mean that shit? Do you really care about these black and brown babies you working with? Or are they just, like any other educational institution, they profit? Is this institution a school to prison pipeline? Because it could be that way. And yeah, you got the select few that make it out, that they have the proper supports. They have a 2-parent household. They're able to put food on their table. If they're not responsible for caring for their siblings and their families and their grandparents, then they have a chance. But kids like me, kids like them, that hurts so bad. That hurts my spirit so, so bad. I want every kid everywhere. And no matter where I go, I will make it my life's mission to always lead with empathy, lead with realness. I'm all for accountability. But damn it, I think it's pretty fucked up that there were kids there when you should have called the police. When we had the evidence that certain students were distributing vape pens en masse, alcohol en masse. Not one time mistake, 2 times, okay, maybe it's not sinking in. 3, 4, 5 times. And your solution is to not have a kid wear pockets to school? Meanwhile, you got 7th, 8th graders with fucking vapes. You caught one student with over 3, 4, 5 vapes at a time. Had the information, the screenshots that person was distributing. When you need to call the cops, you don't. And that ties back into my previous conversation on favoritism with students. Oh, but when they an athlete, though, it's okay. What message are you sending? But when it's another student, clearly might have some emotional deficits, clearly, not going to say that they're perfect, clearly has some behavioral issues. Those are the kids that you need to give love the most. And love doesn't mean let them off the hook. Love doesn't mean let them slide. Love doesn't mean, oh, poor kid, his dad was in jail and his mom had him at 15 and don't pity them. No, don't do that. Don't cripple these kids. Don't handicap them. Make them be accountable and love them and build them up into the person that they were meant to be, not the person that they were brought up or environmentally wired to think that they're supposed to be. That is our job. That is the greatest lesson to teach. I have a unique name. How many Giovanna Otars have you ever met in your life? It's not hard to find me. I'm not asking to be found. I said what I had to say, and I left that shit alone. But right now, there are multiple moms, multiple students. I kid you not. How else would I know this information? Nobody ain't talking to me, and I ain't talking to nobody. How else do you think I'm getting this information, dog? Again, that's not a good feeling. That's not to toot my own horn or like, oh, I was good at whatever. But kids there don't feel safe. Kids there still don't feel seen. Kids there still don't feel understood, or that they have somebody that, despite all their outside gruffness and irritations and demeanor and stank attitude, sometimes those kids want to be loved. When I was growing up, I didn't get a whole lot of hugs. I didn't get a whole lot of I love yous. I wasn't taught how to be soft. When you're black and brown, you don't really get that opportunity to learn that. When you have to live in this type of world where you're a prejudged villain almost everywhere you go, where's the time to be soft? Nah, you gotta learn that shit. Took me years to learn that shit. I'm still learning that shit. So have some empathy and some patience for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds who's still trying to learn that shit. They just started. It shouldn't have been handled that way. Again, I don't have all the facts, but from what I've seen, and this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, it's maybe 9, 10, 11 kids so far. And I'm out here just minding my business. But it's not just a job. It was never just a job for me. Maybe it is for a majority of y'all, and I can't blame. I can't fault you for that. I get it, whatever. Every child needs a champion. When you look the other way, when you are complicit, when you don't ask those questions, that's how the Holocaust happened. People just following orders, right? New shit was messed up, but we're not going to say anything. That's how slavery happens. That's how human trafficking happens. That's how genocide happens. Look through your history books. And I'm not comparing a poorly ran institution to those things. Those are really major things. But the basis behavior, the principle is the same. Complicity and fear. And the unwillingness to do what is hard but what is right in comparison to what is easy and what is safe. And I encourage whoever watches this video, have that courage. It's in you. May the ancestors guide you in all that you do. They're with you. And if any kids happen to see this video, I love y'all. I think about you guys every day. I pray for you guys every day. I want nothing but the best for you. And may the ancestors guide you. And may you guys love and support each other. And cut the mean shit, cut the bullshit. Real talk. I want what's best for all of you guys. Do the right thing. And maybe in doing the right thing may be done by you. All right. Stay blessed.